going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Now, this story is brought to you by one of the fam, you feel me? My boy Velly. This is Peoples, you feel me? This is cousin. So we're going to get right into the story, man. So today we're going to talk about Tonya Barfield. Tanya was a 23-year-old Baltimore native from East Baltimore. She come from a big family. She was the loving mother of 3 beautiful girls. Now, the Barfields was a big family coming out of East Baltimore. Everybody knew them. They was loved. She was a pretty young lady, but her cousin said she wasn't soft at all. She was a tomboy at heart and even would fight dudes, you feel me? Now, growing up in East Baltimore, even the women had to be tough. Growing up in the heart of the drug trade, she found herself getting in the game to get money for her kids. What most would call a man's world, Tanya was up for the challenge, and getting money was her plan. Family saying she reached the top of her game. While Tanya was getting money, the competition was watching and felt like she would be a quick way to make money. It was a lot going on in the city around about this time. This 1995, 1996. A lot was going on in East Baltimore, man, like a lot of murder, a lot of robbery, a lot of extortion, a lot of kidnapping. Now, her family was big. Everybody knew them. Tyrone Barfield was her cousin, and he actually beat some charges. He beat murder, robbery, handgun, drug charges. So yeah, he was in the game deep. Now, Tanya was hustling, getting money, trying to make a way for her kids. On one Monday night, Tanya was kidnapped by some men. They allowed her to call her family, and they asked for a ransom of $5,000. When her aunt quickly said they don't have that kind of money, the kidnappers went down to $1,500. Her aunt got scared and called the police. When the police arrived, they came to the house. They was telling the family, like, y'all should give us time to get the money up so we can catch these guys, stuff like that. But the family was like, no, we need to get the money up now so we can get our cousin and niece out this situation. The family wasn't able to get the whole $1,500, but they got $900. The police set surveillance up at Patterson Park where the kidnappers would go and get the money. But the kidnappers called once, asked for the money, then they called twice. This time they was real serious about the situation, and they let Tanya talk to her peoples, where she pleaded for them to bring the money through because her life was in jeopardy. Now, after the drop-off was made, the kidnappers was able to get the money without no incident. Ain't nothing happened. Like, the police couldn't go find them or nothing. They ain't see them. So the family like, what happened? Like, y'all ain't get the people, what happened? They said they ain't finished setting the surveillance up, and the people got away. Now, they went to Tanya house, and then when they went to the house, it was some men outside, and actually one of the men got into a scuffle with the police officer because he tried to grab them up. But come to find out, them wasn't even the kidnappers. So the family was mad, they was heated. So by the third call, when the people called back, they told the family that Tanya was already gone. Sad situation, man, rest in peace. She was also pregnant at the time with her 4th child. So yeah, this real sad, you feel me? Now, from what I'm hearing from my boy Velly, they trying to say this all tied into something bigger. They saying she was a part of a big organization, a big enterprise, and a lot of money was missing, $150,000. And they also said one of her friends had something to do with it, and Anthony Jones had something to do with it as well. That's word through the grapevine. These ain't my words, you feel me? But there's somebody who know this situation, this his family member. And they said it had something to do with the murder of Lil Nate. They thought that Tanya had something to do with that. So man, they found her body. They shot her in the head. They found her body in the park, you feel me? Clifton Park to be exact. And it's crazy because this was a young lady, 23 years old. That go to show you how messed up the city is. Now, Velly, he from the same projects I'm from, Layfette Projects. They tore the projects down, but a lot of people went out to the blocks. But it seemed like when people went out to the blocks and went out and spread out all over East, the crime rate just got higher. They said they tore the projects down because the crime rate, because they said it was infested with drugs and violence and stuff like that. But it's like once they tore them down and everybody went all through the city, ain't nothing changed. It was the same situation. So yeah, man, I want to say rest in peace, Tonya Barfield, man. This is a crazy story. It's an interesting story because it go deep. It go deep to the point where as though his family members was plugged in. And I feel like the police ain't do everything they could have did because of the situation with Tyrone. I feel like they felt like bro got us. Like he beat these charges. He out here doing this thing. This his cousin. So we ain't even gonna move on it like we really can. Because at the end of the day, in the paper, they were saying like, oh, Tyrone actually put his hands on her, on Tanya and stuff like that. So y'all painting all these narratives, but this young lady lost her life. So y'all know how it go, man. Y'all know how the streets go. My mother was actually in a similar situation where she got jammed up and kidnapped by some New York dudes on Christmas Eve one year. I think this was like in '89. From what I heard, I was 2 years old, and they tried to say she took a pack from them, but they just put hands on her and they let her go. And the reason they let her go, because it was right before Christmas and she told them she had a son. So yeah, man, Velly know what I'm talking about. Like, the project's crazy. You know what I mean? The projects was crazy. And living in that situation and living in them circumstances, people forced to do what they got to do. And I feel like Tanya was just a product of her environment trying to do what she had to do to get money. And that go to show you that the men ain't cared. Like these grown men, they got a woman, a 23-year-old. And you feel me? She can be tough, she can be rough, but she's still a young lady. But that's how the streets was going. Now, somebody actually got arrested for this. I don't know if bro know, but somebody named Jerry Antonio Williams, when I was doing my research, he had like 6 counts of murder, attempt murder, kidnapping, all that. And the state of Maryland was trying to get rid of him. So yeah, man, from what it sounded like, he was a like hitman or something like that because all the charges he had. But yeah, man, it's a requested video, man. Shout out my boy Velly, man. I hope he watched this. I hope he appreciate the information. I appreciate him for letting me do this story. Y'all make sure y'all show some respect in the comments, man. If y'all got any questions, I'm sure bro will be in the comments. But I love y'all, fam. This another episode of the Baltimore Way. Y'all already know what it is. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out that join button. I appreciate the love and support, man. Y'all leave y'all comments about who y'all want to see next. Love, gang. I'm out.